Welcome, Aries and Aries Crosswatchers, to your monthly love reading for May 2023. Whoops. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. Excuse me. And that your weekend is shaping up to be a good one. We're going to pull cards for what the situation is between the two of you. And then what each of you is thinking, feeling, and then actions or intentions towards each other. So, crap. We have the King of Wands and the Six of Wands, Six of Swords, both reversed. And then, of course, we do have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which isn't the best start, I'm going to be honest. So, where's Aries? So, Aries, your person, what's in their headspace? We have the Two of Wands, all twos. So we have the Two of Wands with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. I'm kind of feeling here, I mean, obviously your person's reminiscing, right? But it feels like I kind of feel like there's somebody here that is, it's almost like they're remembering a time between the two of you, but they're not remembering it accurately. I feel like they actually may be looking at that previous time with you, almost like, I want to say through rose-colored glasses, but that's not quite right. It's almost like rose-colored glasses, but, you know, what they're seeing as nicer than it was is their behavior. It's almost like this person, sorry, I'm just going to grab my light as I'm, it's almost like this person wants to believe that things between the two of you were better than they were, or it's like they seem to want to reminisce, not remiss, my apologies. I'm just kind of getting this vibe where it's like this person wants to look at the past with you, and it's almost like they're trying to tell themselves that the only reason it ended the way that it did, the only reason it seemed as bad as it was, is because you kept painting this picture of it being bad, of it being a negative situation. And it's like they're looking at it like, well, I remember it looking like this. And it must have been in Aries' head. There was no way it could have been that bad. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Oh my God, there was a little bug there. I just need to, I'll be right back, 1 second. So apologies, Aries, it's been disinfected. I lit some sage. We're good. We're back to it being not with a gross bug on it. So, it just feels like this person is looking at the situation like they were really good to you, and whatever you thought they did wrong was all up in your head. So, I can actually feel the kind of, I don't know how else to say this, the frustration or the not happy energy coming off of you. So your person's feeling Nine of Cups and their actions or intentions towards Aries. Get out. I almost wanted to say, like, get the out of here. So, how your person's feeling about you, Nine of Cups, and what their intentions are towards you at this time is the Knight of Cups. Okay, you know what? Let's find out how you're feeling about this before I pull out my jump to conclusions map. What's Aries thinking about this whole thing? The Tower. Yep. And what's Aries feeling? So we have I'm just going to move this big deck over a little bit. So we have the Eight of Wands reversed with the King of Pentacles. Oh, I almost want to say, like, you're not fixing to hear any of their noise. It's almost like if this person came at you, I feel like this Tower is kind of what's in your headspace, but I feel like you're keeping your wits about you, right? It's not like you're kind of being really impulsive, but I do feel almost this like you're keeping a close eye on the situation. It just feels like you are feeling a bit blindsided by what happened. And in that, it's like, it's almost like, you know, you don't have all the information. So I feel like you're keeping a close eye out for it, but you're not really in a place where you want to communicate with or from them. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to hear from them. You don't want to talk to them. I feel like you are being really defensive here. And I want to stress that that's not enough like, oh, you're being so defensive. It's actually like, you're keeping your wits about you. It's that energy of like, it's almost like, I'm not really sure what's going on right now, but it's like the vibe is off, something's off, and it's like all your feelers are up and you're trying to pay attention to the situation, right? Because I feel like I feel to a certain extent you're not letting this really get under your skin, I want to say. At least not right now. I do feel, Aries, what I'm feeling is actually that this is where you're at right now. I feel like when the dust settles from whatever's happened here, I feel like you know that there's going to be some emotional stuff that you're going to need to process. But it's almost like you're kind of on high alert right now, so that's not really what's happening. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not time to process the emotions. Because I feel like it would be, it's like right now it's time to kind of keep your guard up. So your actions or intentions is the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, we have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Honestly, the two of you are confusing the crap out of me when it comes to your actions or intentions towards each other. I'm going to be honest. I don't really... I feel to a certain extent that your heart doesn't really want to listen to any more of this person's whatever. I wanted to say like any more of their... It's almost like you want to talk to them, but I feel like even if you were to talk to them, you'd kind of feel like it was just all BS, you know? And I'm feeling with this combination here that it's almost this like eat your heart out sort of vibe that I'm picking up from you towards this person. It's almost this energy of like, if you've had a glow up, or you're in the process of a glow up, it's a really like, I want to say all the parts of yourself that this person was really critical of in the past, that they would kind of put you down about, you seem to be feeling really beautiful about all of those things. And it's almost like whatever they thought was somehow making you unattractive or unappealing, it's like actually those things are extraordinarily attractive about you right now. Because like you've embraced them and you've made them your own and you've made them that way, you know? And this person's over here, like, I kind of feel like they're a little bit cocky, okay? I'm picking up this vibe that this person thinks they can come in and fix you. Which, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of loathing right now. And I mean, that's my own personal opinion, right? So throw that out the window if you like. It just kind of feels like this person thinks they're bestowing themselves upon you as this honorable gift. And like, excuse me? You know what I mean? It's like, where's the gift receipt? I need to take this gift back to the store. Because whatever this person thinks that they're going to be bringing in, like, this is the, like, the problem, right? If there was another card in the middle, this could be a very different reading. But the King of Wands reversed is not the kind of person you want to be around. Male or female, it doesn't matter, right? Or regardless of gender, the King of Wands is an energy of somebody that is an opportunist. It's someone that thinks about themselves. It's someone that is, it's almost like they may look like a grown-up. They may walk around like a grown-up. But they are so intensely emotionally immature, but have learned to express that immaturity in an adult-ish manner. You know what I mean? It's like they've picked up things along the way that can hide the fact that they're that immature, that they're that selfish, that they're that kind of out for themselves energy. My heart is actually, I feel like it's like I can feel my heart beating in my chest all of a sudden. I don't really know what's happening. I just feel like this person is somebody that it's like they're going to come in acting like they're amazing and they have not changed at all. And I feel like this person may come in and it's almost like they may say things in a way that could be interpreted as you seeing them in a different light. You know what I mean? It's like they may acknowledge or accept something that they did wrong, that they, you know what I mean? It's the kind of energy of like, just to capture the energetics, it may not be the actual situation, right? But it's the energy of somebody that never apologizes. They never say they're sorry, right? Maybe they do things to make up for it, but they don't actually say, I'm sorry, I should not have done that. And I feel like this person's going to come in and be like, I'm really sorry that I did such and such. But I feel like they're going to say it in a way that later on they can kind of renege on that. And they can almost be like, well, yeah, but I wasn't actually apologizing for that. I was just apologizing that, let's say, for example, this person said something hurtful that was like way out of line in a public forum. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't need to do that like that. And not only do they not need to do it that way, but it's almost like, who are they up on their high horse to be talking about you like that, right? And I feel like it's the kind of person that would call you a thief when you bought and paid for something when they stole a bunch of it in the first place. Is that kind of a thing? And so this person would come in and be like, oh, I was just trying to teach you a lesson. I was doing it to make you better. I'm trying to toughen you up because the world's going to eat you up and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I mean? It's just the kind of person that's, they just always have some sort of BS nonsense excuse for whatever it is that they want to do at the time. And like whatever serves them at that time, they're going to use it. And then at a later time, when a different story, a different narrative serves a different purpose that's more important to them at that time, they flip the script. And I feel like this person, what's very peculiar or unique is that 9 times out of 10 in readings like this person knows that that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, it's manipulative. It's manipulative either way, but it's intentionally manipulative. It's like they know that what they're doing is exactly what they're doing, but they do it anyway because it serves their purpose. I feel like this person is somebody that actually believes their own BS. So it's like, again, I'm out of breath and I don't know why. With this person, when they tell you that when they tell you that the reason they did something is because of A, right? At that time, they genuinely believe that it's because of A. And then when they get more information, it's like they seem to have, to them anyway, a logical graduation to, well, now that actually meant B. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and they genuinely believe the BS they're telling you. I want to say for some of you, that may have been why you gave them, if you did, okay, I'm not saying that you did, but if you find that this person, like you gave them more chances than you would normally, or it's like you seem to feel that they, even if it was one extra time that they pulled a fast one on you, or they were able to kind of manipulate you into whatever, I feel like the reason is because they seem to believe it so wholeheartedly. You know it's like, let's say, for example, you're able to kind of pick up on people energetically when they're lying, right? But because this person to themselves, okay, based on that current situation, they weren't lying because they actually believed it themselves. I do feel that at some point, not right now, but that at some point down the road, maybe this person might see those things, but they don't see them right now. they actually feel like they're doing you a favor by coming back, which I'm keeping a handle on it right now, but it actually feels like that's a bit laughable, but not in a like, ha ha ha, that's so funny sort of way, in a like, that's so absurd sort of way. So the energy at the bottom of the deck here, Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups. I feel for some of you, this person may have kind of used some sort of spiritual connection, not on you, but like against you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's say, for example, the two of you had a really strong energetic connection. The strength of like soulmate or twin flamey vibe or whatever it was very strong. And I feel like they may have used that in certain situations to kind of, not enact, but like to try to distort your perception. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, why would we have been brought together in the way that we were if this wasn't meant to be? Like, let's just keep doing, let's work on this. You know, like, you know the connection as well as I do. You know the chemistry we have. I feel like there's something about the physical relationship between the two of you that it's almost like this person may have made you feel worshipped in that sense. And it feels like when the two of you were in that kind of activity, we'll call it, I feel like that may have been the only time that you ever felt truly fulfilled with this person. And it's almost like they seemed to keep trying, at least from the information that you had at the time. It's almost like they seemed to keep trying to recreate that level of connection outside of that type of activity. And it's almost like they kept failing miserably. And I feel like that's because it's almost like they kind of can't get out of their own headspace enough to put the focus on somebody else. It's like, yeah, maybe they did that in the bedroom and made you feel that way, but it actually feels like it's almost like that's when they dropped the act. I feel for some of you that that's when they kind of dropped the BS. And I feel for others of you, even though you may have felt worshipped by this person in that sense, I feel like they were actually doing it as almost like as a worship to themselves, as a favor to themselves. And I'm sorry if that is upsetting or hurtful for some of you to hear, especially if that was where you felt that deep connection. And it's like, and they felt it too, but they somehow brought it back so that it was all about them in their own mind. It's almost like I feel like they wanted to look at it like they were doing you a favor again somehow. It's almost like, let's say you're feeling really fulfilled and that's, that would be evident to them in that situation. And they'd be like, oh, they would use it almost to like stroke their own ego, right? That you were getting whatever you needed out of the situation. And they're just, look at what a great person they are, that they're so focused on you. You know what I mean? That feels like that was kind of the narrative. And it does feel like it was kind of this, almost this circle of energy that was going back and forth between the two of you. But I feel like the energy that was going back to them, it's like, instead of it being kind of going in this perfect circle, it's almost like they were using it to kind of, how do I say this? That feel-good feeling that you got, it's like it made you feel better, it made you feel better about the relationship and them and da-da-da-da, right? It's like the whole thing just made them feel like they were a good person for, I'm just getting this vibe of like, of bestowing themselves upon you. I don't know why that keeps coming through, but it's kind of, a bag with which one douches. So, I didn't know how to say that without spelling it, so hopefully YouTube isn't going to be too annoyed with how I said that. Sorry, I'm just having a sip of my coffee. So, I think we're going to pull, just looking at which deck to use. Can we get a couple cards for what's going on behind the scenes? Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that's not going to work. Mm-mm. And, like, that's me. That's another 5. Like, are you okay, Aries? You have the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands. We're just missing the 5 of Swords. Like, goodness. So it's kind of what's going on behind the scenes with this person. And we have the Emperor. And I know this is your card, okay? However, I feel... Oh, okay, here... Okay. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I feel that this person sees themselves as an equal to you in their mind, but I feel like in their bones, in their soul, there actually seems to be this feeling of deep inadequacy. And I feel like that's why whenever they did anything nice for you, they automatically needed to use it to like boost their own ego. Because it's like if they thought any higher of you, if they put you up on any more of a pedestal, it would feel like they're falling into a black hole. That's how big the disparity is between how they truly see you and how they truly see themselves. So it's almost like they're trying to talk themselves into, and I feel like they have to a certain extent. I feel like the fraudulent nature of that is knocking at their door, but they're not. They're so lost in it right now. It's not like they're ignoring that knock. They legit, the music is too loud. They cannot hear it. And I feel like this person is sitting over here looking at you like the two of us are meant to be. You're an Aries, I'm an Aries. That may not be the actual case, right? But it's like, you're an Emperor, I'm an Emperor, and they seem to feel like they're the only match for you. They're the only person that's going to be able to handle you. Excuse me. I'm getting an attitude for you, so I apologize if that's, out of place here. But this person just seems to think that you should be lucky to have them, because they're one of the few people that can handle you. So, I do feel that this person, you know what it feels like? And I know that this word gets like a lot of whatever, okay? Nowadays, the like alpha, sigma, blah, 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 okay? I feel like this person is somebody that needs others to see them as an alpha. And you're just over here busy being one, almost like not even realizing that you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not even in your headspace as to whether or not you are or you're not, because you don't care. That's not what you're about, right? But this person is over here like, I'm an alpha and I have an alpha, and that means we're alphas together. You know what I mean? It's like that might be their key word. I feel like for some of you, this might be very specific. It's like if you read their bio on social media, there'd be something about being an alpha in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's somebody that just needs the whole world to know how great they are. And I feel like part of the image that they have to portray is that it's almost like being with you somehow legitimizes them in their own mind, that they are who they want to be, that they are who they say they are. And it's like, that's why it kind of has to come in that they can't ever do anything wrong. Because if they do something wrong, then it's almost like they feel like they're somehow giving you the power. It's that like deep inadequacy, right? If they think they're doing something wrong in this relationship, then it's almost like then that kind of whatever's knocking at the door and the music's too loud, it's like, well, now it's a big enough boom that they can hear it. If they ever were to admit to themselves that they legitimately did something that needs to be apologized for. So, I think I'll leave it there, Aries. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. I want to say, like, I'm kind of sorry that it is. I feel like you're setting yourself free and it doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like, you see this really clearly. Even if you didn't before, even if some things kind of went under your radar or you were kind of like, oh, that's a little bit questionable, but like, okay, it's almost like you were trying to work it into the information that you had about that person to try to sort out what was going on. And I feel like either you had already made the decision to break away or you were just about there. And I feel like this person coming in with this cocky garbage attitude here, um, it's almost like they want an alpha, but then they get one and they're just going to try to beat that, browbeat that person, not beat them physically, okay, but just kind of make that person feel less than them so they can be in control. Or so they feel like they're the ones in control. And it's like, what kind of an alpha must this person be if they have an alpha like you looking for their approval? Right? It's all about that image they have of themselves in their mind. Anyway, I'll leave it there, Aries. I don't even know what to say. I love you guys. I hope you have a great month. It looks like you have kind of figured this out, and if you haven't, I mean, it feels like I feel for most of you, you're kind of there. So I love you. I support you. I hope you guys have a great month. If you're new here, welcome. Sorry about the reading. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. I usually upload twice a week, once on Sundays as a mini love read, and then on Thursdays, usually a longer read, and sometimes they're general, sometimes they're love. It just kind of depends. So please keep an eye out for those if you are so inclined, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.